What's up, kiddos, and welcome back to another Drawing Trowbro. Today we're going to be learning how to draw like an Egyptian. That's right, we're going all the way to Egypt, the people most famous for their hieroglyphs, which is like their writing, but they use pictures, the pyramids, the Sphinx, really cool imagery coming out of Egypt. And our 2 points of inspiration today are going to be King Tut and his sarcophagus, that's the coffin that he was buried in, and Queen Nefertiti's, this really cool bust statue of her. And so we're going to be copying their style and learning from them, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun, so let's go ahead and get started. So here I have my 2 Egyptian sarcophagus examples. I got Queen Nefertiti over here and King Tut. And so I'm going to show you how to draw the Queen Nefertiti first, because ladies first, I'm always a gentleman. And I am using a piece of tan paper so that it looks kind of like it's the wall of maybe a pyramid or something like that. So you could use white paper if you wanted to, or black, and use charcoal, but I'm using tan paper and I'm using a thick Sharpie, and I'm just going to draw it straight out. If you want to, you can use a pencil first and trace over the Sharpie. You know, if you're kind of a little nervous about making mistakes and stuff, that's understandable, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. And so we're going to start with her headdress and then kind of work our way down. And I'm kind of starting in the middle because her headdress is really tall, makes up a lot of the paper. So start with the band. It's a simple curve and then 2 little straight lines, and then another one going straight across. And then the top of it kind of reminds me of the top of a pencil, a little bit wider. Okay, and then she has this little thing that goes up in the front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight up, and then I'm gonna make what looks kind of like a bow. And I can draw the inside of it, and then just continue going straight up. Now she's got this band that goes behind it, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger this time. It's a little curved too, and then on the top, all the way. Now, instead of just doing like straight rectangles, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the rectangles inside, because you can kind of tell on my drawing right here that it's kind of gold and it's got the red, green little gemstones in it. Okay, here it gets a little tricky. I'll do my best. Might be a little bit wider over here than on the other side. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, things are off a little bit. I think it looks good, especially when you color it. Now, for her head, I'm going to start right here and go all the way down and then back up. And we'll give her, let's go with her eyebrows first. Now Egyptians, they wore like really cool eye makeup, so her eyes and her eyebrows are very predominant. So let's start with a little line, and then it goes almost all the way to the side of her head, and then finish it kind of like a rainbow, and then an upside down rainbow. And big old black pupils. Now, ordinarily you would do like a, like a reflection or something, but remember this is a sarcophagus, so it's like a painting of her. And then, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go all the way down for that. Okay, I didn't with this one, but I did with the King Tut, and I kind of like it a little better. I think it looks maybe a little more Egyptian. And then for her lips, looks nice. Now, normally your ears go from the bottom of your nose to your eyebrow. So if you're ever wondering like how big to do your ears, that's usually the way you do it. Okay, then let's draw her neck. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and draw her. Okay, and then she's got this really cool necklace that she's wearing. And they're basically just little arches going all the way across. Okay, and then give her, so this you can't really see. I probably should have drawn it. She's got like a dress on right here.
And that would be white right there, and then her arms would be yellow. You can't really see it. So, I think that's pretty good for my Queen Nefertiti. I don't know, I like both of them. I think they both look good. Okay, and then let's go ahead and switch to King Tut. Now, I'm not gonna waste your time showing you how to color this. I used colored pencils, so you can color yours when you want to, but here we go. Here's King Tut, and we're gonna start very similar the way we did with Queen Nefertiti, where we're gonna draw the little band on the top. Okay, and then we're gonna draw this little snake. This little snake goes up like that, and then on the top it's got this little oval for his head. And I gave him like two little eyes, a forked tongue, and then it's a cobra, so I drew like his sides. And then the belly of the snake. There's a lot of this pattern going on in the Egyptian, like these little like just lines going. Then the top of this goes and meets this side over here. Okay, then let's go ahead and draw his head. It's very similar to my Queen Nefertiti. I'm gonna start with the eyebrows. And draw his nose going down. And the way I do it is I drew like a side for like part of the nostrils, the bottom of your nose, and then another side. Now for the eyes for King Tut, what I'm doing is I draw kind of two. Maybe to distinguish the boys from the girls. I don't know if that's how they really do it, but that's how I'm drawing it. Pupils. Now the head of Queen Nefertiti that we did, that's based off like a statue of her. This is based on an actual sarcophagus of King Tut that they found. It's all like inlaid with gold, and really pretty. Ooh, looking good. Yeah, the boys wore makeup in Egyptian culture. Remember that ears are usually between the eyebrow and the bottom of the nose. That's where they go. So now let's draw the rest of this cool headdress that he's got on. So it looks like I'm drawing his neck right here, like a really long neck, but that's actually part of his little hat. Okay, then we're gonna go out a little bit further. Kind of reminds me of a sphinx, you know, or a cobra. Oh, I wonder if that's what's going on, huh? Cobra? What do you guys think? All right, now let's draw his little bitty goatee. Okay, a little triangle, and then at the end is a little ball. Okay, this is a really fun way to do a cool, like a pattern if you're gonna do like a, all right guys, sorry, my camera just ran out of memory, so I had to delete some files, but I was talking about this pattern for his little goatee. So what you do to make like a cool like braid pattern is draw a line or like a rope. Line, diagonal, then from that line, diagonal right down that, and then from there you go the opposite. So you kind of go like left, right, this diagonal pattern. Kind of looks like a T on the side. And it's a good way to make like braids, to make like cool handles for swords and stuff. I use it a lot when I drew Ninja Turtles. But, so let's go ahead and draw some stripes on the top of his headdress. Now I used my colored pencils to color this. You can use whatever you want. To do the side ones, I would do the first one and then come over here just to make sure that you're doing the right amount. Sometimes you do like, you just go like that and then come over here and then you'll have a different amount. And then when you try to color it, it might be off. So whatever you do on the left, go ahead and then go over here and do it on the right. So I know that I got blue, then yellow, then a blue one, then yellow. And you can kind of see where, you know, like you meet that part of the headdress, and don't stress out if like, oh, that looks a little bit thinner than that one. Not a big deal. It's better that, you know, that's blue and that's blue when you go to color it. It's fun to see like how different, you know, you draw the same thing and it's just a little difference. It's cool to see that. It's hard to draw the same thing exactly the same. Takes a lot of practice. Think about like those animators out there that have to draw the same character or the same like comic strip character. Consistency is so important, so you got to draw something a lot in order to get that kind of consistency. Okay, looking good. right, now let's draw I'll draw his neck where it goes into this little, I don't even know what you call that thing. Draw his sarcophagus. Okay, and then I'm gonna start with the big one. Big bowl shape. And make it a little smaller. Then make it another small one. Okay, and then maybe one more. Sharp. Okay, now let's do big squares here, and each one of my lines is kind of going like this. Think like a clock. Everything's kind of pointing toward his face. I'm trying to make sure that all these are about the same size. It's okay if one's a little bit smaller or skinnier. Okay, then for this one, maybe I do some skinnier ones. I'm just eyeballing this. Obviously, if you wanted to be like super professional, you could sit and measure everything. They have these cool rulers that actually like curve. Big ones, just to mix it up. Skinny ones. So I got like a pattern going on. Skinny, big, skinny, big. All right, I think I'm all done now. Both of my drawings are done. And remember, I used colored pencils to color them. Feel free to color it however you want. Here they are finished. And I hope you enjoyed making your Egyptian art.
Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun drawing like an Egyptian, and it's really fun to look at other cultures and to get inspired by them and learn from them, and I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time on Drawing with Trowbro.